everyone. Good morning. Another day, another motivational talk for today. So let's talk about the kingdom and influence. And according to Matthew 5 verse 13 to 14, you are the salt of the earth and you are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. So, tayo bilang ang original plan ni God, yung idea was not to take us to heaven, but to bring heaven to earth through our influence. That's why Jesus said, you are the salt and you are the light. In other words, you are my influence on earth. So as a Christians and followers of Christ, our duty is to encourage, to influence our family, our friends, our co-workers, our classmates, our relatives to have a close relationship, deeper relationship with God. The kingdom of God is not about escaping earth. It's about impacting earth. That's why we must create impact. The God of the kingdom is not membership. The goal of the kingdom is not membership. It's influence. God placed you in your school, in our work, in our family, not to blend in. Hindi para maka-drive kung anong meron sa buhay natin ngayon, sa mundo. But to stand out because you are God's influencer. So, within us as Christians, it must see Christ likeness, the attitude, the character of Christ. So the kingdom's power is in influence, not control. Most of the people have the mindset to be in control, and they have that eagerness to be in control. In the world of people want power and control others, but in the kingdoms, we are called to influence other people to love, truth, and righteousness. Jesus never forced anyone to follow him, yet his influence changed the entire world. Why? Because real power is not in control. It's about influence. Salt doesn't dominate the meal, it enhances it. Light doesn't argue with darkness, it's overcome it. You don't need a title to have influence. All you need is a kingdom character. Let your integrity, your kindness, preach louder than the words. Influence comes from living heaven's culture. So as an influencer, we must show to the people as influencers of God that the heavens culture. Imagine you can change a culture. You look exactly like the culture. That people when they see you walking, talking, moving, you have that cultures, heaven cultures, the kingdom cultures. And according to Romans 12:2, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by renewing of their mind and by showing to them what kingdom culture is. You can create an impactful transformation and you renew the mind of the people because your actions, your attitude, your character speaks louder than words. When you live by the kingdom standards, honesty, purity, humility, and excellence, people will notice it. That's influence. It's not about shouting Jesus, it's about showing Jesus. So, hindi lahat ng nag-pray, nag-worship at sumisigaw ng pangalang Jesus is ibig sabihin you can create impact on that. No. People must see Jesus in you. When Joseph entered Egypt, he didn't preach a sermon, but his wisdom, integrity, excellence influenced the whole nation. Ask yourself, am I influencing the world, or is the world influencing me? That's a good question. Now, you may ask yourself, what influencing you? The purpose of influence is expansion. That's why God said, go disciple the nation. And expansion, our goal. God gives you influence not to promote yourself, but to expand His kingdom. Always mind ourselves that if you are influencer of God, if you are a Christian, not to not to show yourself, but to show the kingdom of God. And according to Isaiah 63, nations will come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your dawn. When people see peace in your storm, joy in your trials, and hope in your challenges, they will drawn to your light. Your life become the kingdom invitation. So influence is not about followers, it's about fruit. It's about people seeing heaven's reality through your lifestyle. Use your influence online, at work, in your home. Point to people the king. So the conclusion is the kingdom is a God influence, God advance through influencing, not intimidating. So when people see you, it's not they feel intimidating, they feel amazed because they see something within you. You are the salt, preserve the world values. You are the light, reveal God's truth. You are citizens, represents your king with excellence. You don't have to famous to influence people and be influential. Just be faithful when you are, because God's rules within you and you can rule through you. Hope you learned something. Thank you everyone, and God